Welcome everyone, this is Andy's Z79Z28 and here we are today on the Lee APP press. Now this is a thank you again to PC Bullet Man. Thank you Tim for the 380 brass. I want you to know I had 2 containers of these, okay, yours and a small container, maybe 150 pieces or so of range brass that I picked up. And the good old wife, if you've ever seen that joke on Facebook or any of the other services where, honey, I straightened out your reloading bench, all those plastic powder things, the gunpowder you had, they were all half empty and stuff. I put them all into one container so it takes up less space. I'm sure you've seen that. Well, that's what the wife did with my 380 brass. Okay, Tim's was deprimed, and the 150, 200 pieces I had on this next to it weren't deprimed, and the good old wife combined them. So I got the APP press working for 380, and we're going to go with it and see. You can see the new Lee APP press. And we're going to do decapping 380. Oops, that was a misfire. It happens. These brass get small and it gets a little tight sometimes. Come on, I had this thing working perfectly. I gotta have to make a fine-tuned adjustment. That would help if you wind up the tube, but then they might drop. Okay. There you go. Decapping 380. Again, I don't know. I have some, a lot of these are already decapped. The 380 is a little bit hard to get set up to. There's one that wasn't. It's a little tough to get it to drop. Let's open that. Let's open that and screw another turn to open the fingers a little more. There's another one that wasn't. Not fully lined up, so you can't really go 100 miles an hour with this thing. You really shouldn't be in such a rush. You should take your time a little bit, okay? But this is the Lee 4-tube bullet feeder. Now this is not the new one. This is not the what do they call it? I'm lack for words here. They have a newer version of this. It's supposed to work with work with everything, and the opening where the bullets come out are slightly different, and it may not work. I did try it. Now we got a feed issue. I guess we're slightly off adjustment here. Something's off just a little. See if we can spot it. I don't think it's not dropping the bullet straight down a little bit, it's cocking it. There's another bad feed. That batch is empty. I don't know. I just did, you saw I had a whole basket here I did prior, and I had no issues. Now I'm having issues, but I filled all the tubes up, so of course I'm going to have issues, and it's live camera. It's live TV, so of course it's going to give me troubles. It seems like this doesn't go back enough. Maybe gotta, downstroke a little harder when it bottoms out. That may be a little trick. Okay, that one was not primed. So, thanks to the wife, I have to do all this brass over instead of maybe 100, 150 pieces. See, maybe I'm up too high. Let's lower this. Again, we're live. I thought I had adjusted pretty good, so we're going to try lowering this a couple of turns and see where that brings us. We could be just slightly off. Nice and straight. Looks like it's right. Make sure it's tight. Okay. See if that helps. Nope, it's still catching. Let's lower it a little bit more. It just seems to be a little bit tricky sometimes getting these things set up. You know, and every time you change your bullet, you gotta, you know, you have to change the whole setup. So let's see. Now we're too low. Went a little bit too much. Let's go. Let's try that. Let's see where that's at. Nope, I think it's still too low. Yeah, it's still too low. And you know, your adjustment is sometimes going to be a fraction. And you know, these things get stuck. Almost. Almost doesn't count unless you're using hand grenades. Okay, a little bit more. Again, live TV, everybody. I can't, I don't stop in the middle here and change it. That tube's empty. Empty this. I don't want to wind for the one that's primed. I'd probably be better off if I was sizing and depriming at the same time, but I like to clean my brass after depriming before I resize. I'm going to start, I bought some walnut for my vibratory tumbler. It just seems like this thing needs to go back a hair. Maybe my alignment is off a little bit. At the 9mm, I didn't have this problem. Maybe I need to adjust this a tad. Just not falling in all the way, falling in properly. Looks like I need a hard downstroke. Let's take a better look. But might have to come up a little bit more. I don't have quite that nickel in there. Let's turn this about there. Let's lock it up. This adjustment is a little bit of a pain in the ass. And anybody that's been running these knows the lead alignment issues they have with these things. That came out bad. Good thing to have around this press is a pair of tweezers like this. This is a little frustrating. You know, I'm sure I got to get it figured out because I plan to do resizing. To resize this brass on here to see how it works. Okay, no more in that tube. Yeah, it really just seems like this just isn't going back far enough. 380 brass. I mean, I was hoping to have some of the production of my 380 go a little bit faster than you know, than having to do single stages, but the 380 is, I don't know what's going, why. why it's doing what it's doing. Let me see if I'm not able to see it yet. Maybe I'm too far that way. Let's go back. Let's put it back here. The alignment is so stupid critical. A fraction makes a difference. See, it's not quite going in. See, it's like you can't move it forward much more. You can't move this that much. There isn't a lot of adjustments here. So, okay, that's a little bit more forward. Nope. See, when you think it's going to work, then it doesn't work. I think the fingers are opening enough. I just don't. It just seems like it's not going back enough to catch the brass. How close am I to the next one? Really don't have a lot of room in there. Maybe it's gotta go. I don't know if I gotta go up anymore. I don't trust the gap getting too big. I don't know, let's go up a hair more. I'm dropping brass everywhere. Okay, did that help any? Nope. I didn't have this trouble when I was doing 9mm. So something is, it don't like the 380. It just, maybe I'm really, when you look under there and you're looking at the size, you know, the distance between the top of the case and the next case, it's really pretty small. That's why I don't see where this is happening. Okay, let's get a few more in there. Let's see what we got. Don't really see the issue. Not really seeing why it's not feeding. There should be plenty of room between the bullet, the case, and the next case. The bullet's there, and then it tilts down. That's what's happening. Now I did try putting some of the other pieces on here already, and the thinnest one is not the answer. It doesn't work properly at all. So it's something not in all the way. It's together. I'm not sure why. Live TV. It's okay if it falls on my floor, because it's my floor. Anything that hits the floor is mine. Let's get a few in here. And there we go. The first one didn't. That's my fault, because you really should have this case slider forward when you load those tubes. They're opening enough, so that ain't the problem. So they ain't that I don't have them open enough. They're probably open too much, if anything. It seems like you gotta bam it. You know what I mean? You gotta hit it hard, which is not exactly what I want to do, because if you're not lined up, and you'll kill your decapping pin. And when we got through that tube, it wasn't a full tube. It doesn't, okay, it's better. Next tube. Alright, well, I don't want anything to fall in here, so we'll empty that. Those are decapped. So thanks to my wife, I had to get this set up. So now I'm glad I got it set up, because, like I said, the next step I plan to do is resize with this. There we go. It's like that, I said this before, it's like that spring needs to be a little longer, like 2 turns more. Because it's like this has to see, it doesn't push that all the way back. It's in my opinion. Okay, up. Now drop cases. Bring it down. All right, while you're watching it, didn't feed good. Okay. That's why I said you really can't go like super fast. I mean, if you're doing cases, what if one came down the tube upside down and you're slamming it home? Okay, so it's still faster than loading it by hand. Okay, you know, so I mean, you can see how fast it goes. And I'm going to load up a bunch of these. And again, I do have the washer trick in the top of this to help them fall in face down, and it works 99% of the time. Okay, that's full. And we're lined up, and let's see how we make it through these. Again, it seems like you have to bang it down to get the brass to really fall in, because the distance is something slightly off, and I don't think it's really the case. The bullet feeder, I think I pretty have that as good as it's going to get. Again, there's a jam, another jam. And you know, the good part about this, sounds funny, if you happen to have a 9mm case in there, okay, the case will be longer, so you'll find it, because you won't be able to move the slide. There's one with a primer. Thank you. There's another one with a primer. Thank you, wife. Another one. But you can see it works. I mean, I'm not going crazy here. I'm trying to make sure I hit it down hard enough that it bounces the brass in. Maybe it has to do with the brass is small, so it's light, and it doesn't come down all the way. Okay, alright, that's the last one in the tube. We flip the tube. Again, guys, you're watching it live. Okay, you're seeing all the mistakes. That didn't go in all the way. Alright, there's the one that didn't want to go. And the next one's gonna, there we go. See, that's why I don't like having the full thing of brass here, because one could have got in there with a primer. It does that occasionally. There's one with a primer. Bing. Okay, alright, that one was okay. This one's got a primer in it. The one that flew through. So, I think there's a little... is that a 9mm? No, just got stuck. Just got stuck, that's all, okay. And for the most part, I mean, I don't know. This is a tough one. That one jammed funky. I mean, you can see there's going to be some quirks with this thing. Again, I'm dealing with 2 quirks that I've had because I'm doing 3006, and there ain't much. There's no room for error in that. If that case is too long, it ain't gonna work. Okay, it just won't. It's the biggest case you're gonna get in there. But I deprime my 3006. There's little issues, like I'm having an issue here with this a little bit. So you just gotta take your time. You don't want to bang it out. You know, there's no need to say, oh, I did 500 in 10 minutes. So if it took you 15 minutes, who cares? And you feel it not right, stop. Fix it before you break something. See, there's one that didn't feed down right. That's why these little tweezers come in handy. Oh, there's one that didn't fall in right. Might be the last one in the tube. Anyway, you see that it does function. It does what it's supposed to. I see I got one in this tube that's upside down. So again, if you're going super fast and it's upside down, you're going to crunch and you're going to possibly damage something like the pin. If something isn't 100%, I don't think it's my alignment. Okay, I think it's the size of the case that has the issue. Just be glad it ain't 25 ACP or 32. There's one with a primer. Thank you, wife. I wouldn't have to pull the handle so many times if she would have left her hands out of the basket. Alright, so you just go, you know, nice and easy so you can feel if there's an issue. Now you can see I'm getting a few with primers. I thought that, you know, they're just all thrown together. There's another one. And you just need to be patient, and it works. I don't have a problem with that. I'm going to bring it forward, turn the thing. Okay, get it in there. That's a good one. Up. Okay, let's get rid of this before we throw one with a primer in and we have to look through too many of them. It seems like when I come down, if you pound it, it works. So I'm really thinking that spring is slightly short. Because the slider, whenever it gets hung up, it's getting hung up on the back of the slider. And it gets hung up on the slider. Live TV. Even with the getting stuck and not feeding 100%. Okay, and guys, I'm looking at it. The distance, I mean, you're not going to get a nickel in there between the case and the next one. The spacing of this between the case and stuff. So it's just nice and steady. I mean, let's face it, you can see what I'm doing here. It doesn't take a lot of effort. There's one with a primer. And like I said, if I bang it, it seems to... Up there's that upside down one I told you about. Or is that more than one upside down primer? There's one with a primer. But this way, I went through them all. I don't know. Tim could have missed one, you know, and I would have been, you know, because when I do my resizing, I don't have the pin in. I take the pin out, the Decappin pin, because there's no need for it, per se. There's that one again. It just doesn't always want to drop straight down. So that's one with a primer. This one looks like it's upside down. Yes, it is. I mean, but you can see in general, it works. All right, I'm gonna fill up the tube. Yeah, the case feeder that they have, that they're selling now, is called the Universal Case Feeder, and I have one of those, and it's not universal. Okay, they have made something on a cutout on the one nose or something that's for the 223 stuff, and in my opinion, that actually for other shell casings that are the same size, which now you're dealing with like 380, there seemed to be an issue using that. It was an issue to use it. It was catching the cases and stuff. I tried it. I know, it just wasn't working. So I went back to one of the other, the older style, and here's one with a primer. And it seemed to work much better. I actually ordered the universal one to use it here. I wanted to shoot out, so we're just going to take our time. There we go. And that's primer. Now, you see me smoking. I don't smoke when I'm working with powder. Okay, so I've had a long, tough day, very stressful day today at work. This is already relieving tons of stress, but when I get stressed out, I smoke more. Normally, I don't smoke as much as you're seeing it. There you go. There's the 380. Again, it works. Sometimes it's very smooth. Sometimes you get a quirk. See, like there's that one that's crooked. Let's shake this up. I should have ended the video, but I don't make that many videos, so if you're bored, oops, and there goes a flyer. Frequent flyers, right, Uncle Jim? I know it's boring to watch me do the same thing over and over, but you're seeing the press in action, you're seeing the quirks happen in action. So you just take your time a little bit. When you get a good run, you might go through 40 of them, well, whatever fits in a tube, and you just take your time, and then you can learn how to, manipulate the press a little bit. 380, a little tougher than 9mm. It has to be the case length, because I didn't have this issue with 9mm. I know I should have the other case thing right here, but I hate this way. I have to get up. I can't mix it up. Now you tell me. You see, it works smooth. Then there's one jam up. Look, so it is what it is. I don't know what else to say. But the bullet sizing, like the 223, it seems like the round nose is the problem. That you have to. These little pincher jaws have to be. Should be a little taller, and that would stop that from tipping over, I'm pretty sure. But the flat nose, the Lee flat nose 55, and the flat nose that I got from No Bullet Modes, that flat nose also worked no problems, worked flawlessly. So bing. Come on. You see me do a whole bunch and then all of a sudden there's a problem. See? You tell me why. Why does it work? And then you get one that doesn't want to work. Crooked. Actually, it's not in crooked, it's high up on the one above it. Quirks of the business. Why? Oh, I think the other case is in upside down. The case above it is in upside down. They went inside each other. So we'll get it out. There we go. No, it's a loaded round, and I don't load those rounds. So Tim, Mr. Tim, you sent me a loaded round. Which we're gonna have to break apart because we have no. I don't know. There's no primer strike. We'll check it in the case gauge. Not too many more to go, guys. And then I'll see you all later. Okay, let's see where we're at. Now I have to check out something. They have inserts for that. I gotta look for them where I put them. I think I have one. Maybe I gotta see, what does it say? Small? Multi-tube, universal case feeder, small case feeder. I don't know what, there's nothing different, it's the same. Just another case feeder. I don't know why it says small, there's nothing. Oh, wait a minute. This is what I was looking for. Let's see. There's an insert in this that has a piece of aluminum in here to reduce the size of it. Maybe that will will do the job. I have to play with that and see what happens. I'll have to switch it over for another video, even if I reload. If I run through, just put the same brass through it again. See if that solves the issue. And he made several different case feeders, and this is called the small case feeder. Case feeder for the Pro 1000 Loadmaster, and it's called the small case feeder, and it has a reducer in it. Maybe that's going to be the ticket to 380, and maybe even a 9mm. I have to see. I have to play with that. Okay, so there's one more tube. Not too many more, guys. All right. So if you're watching the video to the end, this could be the fix. And all they have is a piece of aluminum in there, made to the right diameter, and the 380 goes through it, but it's not going to shake as much. And let's see, I have some 9mm here. 9mm goes through this as well. So I'm going to have to test this out. This may be the answer to my 380 issue of them spinning, tripping over like that, because this tube will sit up higher and it'll be a more straight feed, because you can see these are cocked in the tubes and they may come down slightly cocked, and that will definitely affect how they line up with that spot there. So we're gonna have to try that and make another video on this with the 380 brass. And it's not important because I'll have everything deprimed, decapped, whatever you want to call it. But I don't care if I run it through a second time to get the knowledge of the press working properly. So that could be a fix. And that goes in upside down. Why, again, if you go too fast, look at all the ones I'm getting with primers in them. Look at them. So, thanks, wifey. Next time I gotta lock it up so she can't so she can't try to help me. Okay, but I'm gonna have to switch that over. I think that may be the solution, because I'm watching the cases come out of this, and they are coming out slightly on an angle. Right, and the one that comes with the unit, going to want to look at it. No, really? Well, the ones that come with the unit actually have a little, come up closer to the camera, actually have a little bit of a step here, so that may be part of it. As you can see, like this is bounced this way on the press. There's a little spot down below. So that extends it a little deeper maybe than that. So this may be good, but it's single tube. So we don't want that single tube thing. We want to be able to use at least this 4-tube thing here, because this makes it much easier for loading all the brass. So I'm gonna have to try that. All right, guys, we're almost done. I know the video's getting a little long. No need. You didn't need to see me decriming whatever it is. Totally up 500 pieces of 380, but you're seeing it happen live, and I've got to say it's between 400 and 500 pieces of 380 brass. And I'm not sure the length of the video at the moment, but even if it's 20 minutes, okay, with the little problems in between. And that's it. That's all she wrote. That's all of them. With the little issues in between. So I will be trying out this piece. I'm going to set this up and retest it with 380 and see where that brings us. All right? So everybody have a great night. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later tonight on one of the live streams. Thank you.